Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning. Today we have David, our mindset expert and the author of the book Let It Go. If you have been following us for the past, what, David, few months we've been doing this?
Yeah, a
We've been
few
doing this
months.
for a while.
Yeah,
If you
yeah. I mean,
guys,
we're almost in August now. This is nuts.
wow. Yeah, this is insane. I feel like we've almost been doing this for, in a few months, it'll be a year.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Brilliant,
So
brilliant.
like I said, if you've been following us, we have been talking about some amazing tips. If you are an entrepreneur, even if you aren't an entrepreneur, definitely tune in. Today, we are talking about managing time as an entrepreneur, right?
Managing
David,
time.
what do you have for us today? I know you bring, like I said, you always bring the good stuff. So what do you have for us this
Oh,
morning?
thank you. Yeah, you know, time management is so important in business, isn't it? Because uh, I deal with mindset and then what it causes, what it causes us. So if anyone out there is struggling, should we say, with stress or anxiety because they feel like they don't have time, that's what this episode is about, and the last couple of previous episodes. So if you've got a pen and paper, grab a pen and paper or a post-it note. Uh, so that that's the ultimate tool. Yeah, everyone out there, I mean, you don't need a notebook. You can just have these post-it notes and maybe collect them. You could always collect them and put them in a jar. Why not? So
Wow.
if you want to, that's another productivity tip. But what I was thinking about really is our minds. They like things simple, and as human beings, we get distracted, and we forget to tidy up around us. So I want to share with you four tips today on how to think more clearly, and how to feel calmer as a result of managing your time. So if you can imagine that we can manage our time, if you could manage your time, Loretta, really effectively, so it was like perfect, and nothing is ever perfect. My question is, how would you feel?
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm believe it or not, I am pretty organized. And if I can manage my time even better, I would feel a lot less stressed.
Yeah, yeah.
I would feel a lot less overwhelmed,
Hmm.
and probably I'd be able to focus on things without forgetting something or overbooking because, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
stress. As Loretta said, these are classic signs we've all been through. You feel stressed, you're not organized, and you might forget to do stuff. So the whole point is, we're always looking to be better and consistent, really. And sometimes, if we're tired, we lose that consistency, which is normal. So just tap yourself on the shoulder, say it's okay, it's okay. Tomorrow I can make a comeback. That's fine. But I wanted to talk. The first tip I wanted to really share with everyone is minimize clutter, because when we have clutter all around us, the science and the research has shown that we we don't make the right decisions, and we can feel overwhelmed. Because can you imagine that it's Thursday afternoon and you want to find a document and you can't find it anywhere because it's under some papers or books you've got there, and when you do find it, by that time you're annoyed with yourself. You're annoyed with yourself, and maybe you're angry, and you're having this negative dialogue with yourself. So minimizing clutter is okay. It sounds simple, but sometimes life gets in the
But we
way.
don't do it.
Yeah, we don't do
we
it. And
we don't do it.
yeah, children might call you to do something, and you leave stuff on your desk, or a phone call comes in, or you've got to go out. But what I would say is, for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Remember that you've got 1,440 minutes a day. So for 5 minutes, declutter. So look at where you are working, because remember, your mind can only process so much information. So look at it and clean up. So get that book out the way and put it back on your shelf. It only takes you 5 minutes. But what it does is, Loretta, and we all know this, is that we look at it and we'll say, I'll do it later. Or, oh, I don't want to do it right now. You know? But the whole point now, guys, everyone out there, is, can you imagine that 5 minutes per day could save you a world of stress the next day? And that, I feel, is it worth it? Is it worth spending 5 minutes so the next day you don't get a migraine? So the next day you don't get angry at yourself, or you don't show up on a Zoom and you're not prepared, all because you couldn't find what you wanted at the time. So this is something that it's obvious, but it's actionable. So for 5 minutes, minimize clutter. Minimize your clutter, and you can do that. You can do that later on in the day. So as you're finishing up, 5 minutes, and put some music on. So you think, right, okay, I'm going to put a nice tune on, and for the duration of that tune, I'm going to declutter. So that makes it fun. Okay, so this is something this is actionable for you guys, and I think the National Association of Professionals in the States did a study to show that when people minimize clutter, their decision-making skills improved dramatically, and their feelings of well-being improved. Stress levels dropped. Anxiety levels dropped. So much research has been done around minimizing clutter. Okay, so what are your thoughts on that, on minimizing clutter for yourself, Loretta? I'm interested.
So, for myself, what I've been doing is, like your example, I had so much paperwork, and like trying to keep that together, with clients and everything else, it became overwhelming. So what I did was I minimized clutter by going from paper to digital. So instead of doing physical paperwork, I now do digital paperwork, and I have folders for per client, so it makes it a lot easier for me. Just making that switch,
Yeah.
that worked for me. And that's a different type of minimization, minimizing the clutter, so to speak. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, it still is minimizing clutter. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same as you. If you can go digital on certain things, it's really cool. So I use, for example, Dropbox to put files in there, and I use Evernote. So that's really cool. Where you can just with Evernote, you can just take documents and you can snapshot them, turns it into a digital document, and you can throw away the paper then, and it's there online forever. You never lose it. So you can put it in files. So Evernote and Dropbox are really cool. Been using them for years. So the next thing I want to talk about is multitasking. That multitasking is the ultimate distraction of our focus. Multitasking. And what I mean, what do you think I mean by multitasking, Loretta? Give me an example, please.
So for me, okay, example of multitasking would be trying to develop your website while talking to clients, or trying to tutor your children while trying to wash dishes. Like, that to me, I mean, and that's a professional and a personal level, but that to me is basically trying to take on more than one thing at the same time.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And sometimes we think we're being productive. We think, oh, I can do that and that at the same time. But the brain, the front prefrontal cortex of the brain, our executive center, it's trying to process all this information coming in, and it's very clever. However, it will get confused, and the minute it starts to get confused, it can then talk to another part of our brain, the reptilian part of the brain, called the amygdala, and that deals with fear, and anxiety. So they start talking to each other because you then realize you're behind schedule for this list of things you need to do for this call today, or you're behind, or you've not finished that chapter of the book you were writing, all because you were doing something else at the time. So one part of the brain starts talking to the other part, and the other part is the part that switches on stress. So multitasking really can lead to us making the wrong decisions. We can't focus, we can't concentrate, and then get annoyed with ourselves. We get emotional, and it stops us from being productive. So, for example, if you're creating a website, a page of a website, as you were saying earlier on, you can't put your focus on that page on the website if you're busy doing other stuff, because it'll never get
Managing
finished.
social media.
And the social media, and and then you then curse at yourself for not having finished it in time. So multitasking is at the at best it's okay, but at worst it can really stop you from growing quickly or growing your business quickly. There's a lot of people who people I talk to who are really successful in any area of life, so especially business. They talk about this, and they talk about focusing on one thing, just one thing, until you've completed it. And from a psychological point of view, from a mindset point of view, what the reason we don't focus on that one thing is because we have this fear of missing out, FOMO they call it, and we think, right, I need to do that as well while I do this, and you don't know why, but it's this little fear which says that won't get done if I just focus on this. But we waste 30 to 40% of our time
Wow.
allocated if we're, studies have shown if we are switching focus all the time because we never get anything done, or we make mistakes in our document, we make mistakes on our social media which could have been avoided, and because we made those mistakes we're adding more time to something which would have taken less time.
Yeah.
So multitasking is something that I try and avoid, and it's not easy. It's not easy when you're running different elements of your business. I love to create, so I love to create. If I'm create my own pages for say marketing or social media, so I can create those. If I didn't like it, I'll delegate. But on the same token, I love to record videos, for social media and for programs. So I have to stop myself, and I want to add to the multitasking thing, if I could, with everyone. A good way you can really help yourself is batch. It's called batching, which is, for example, if you are recording a course, or you're creating an ebook, create a time like a morning or afternoon where all you do is that. So you just record these videos. So don't record, oh, I'll record one video a day for the next 7 days, because it's going to really, it's not going to, it's going to annoy you. So do it in one afternoon. Sorry, carry on.
I have something to say, David. Okay. So you remember back when we did another episode and you sort of mentioned something like this before, where it was, maybe set a timer, right? And
Yeah.
or just allocate that time for whatever task. So I did that. And remember we were talking about the workbook that I was working on?
Yes.
It's finished.
Woo! All right.
I I did what you said. I did what you said, and I finished my workbook in 2 days. I have been working on this for 2 years, but I
Wow.
actually took the time. I took the
Yes.
time, like you said, and
Yeah.
just set it aside and said, "Okay, I'm gonna do this."
Wow.
I got it done in 2 days.
Wow. So 2 years to
2
2 days. Wow. So everybody, this is just further evidence. 2 years to today. That's amazing. So can I ask you, how did it make you feel after you finished it?
Oh my god. I can't even I felt so happy. I felt accomplished. I felt like, "Okay, if I can do this, I can do another one. Like, or if I can do it like this, I can do something else. Like, I felt really, oh gosh, I just felt really good about it. I felt really good about it. I felt like, okay, it's possible for me to actually finish a work.
Yeah, you know,
Oh man.
and then your belief system changes, isn't it? Because you've got evidence now. If I do it this way, I can exponentially grow. Wow,
Yep.
wow, brilliant. So everyone out there, this is Loretta. 2 years to 2 days is brilliant, fantastic. And if you apply that principle to any aspect of your life, what do you think could happen?
Oh my goodness. If I applied this principle to every aspect of my life, I would have got, look, I would get so much done. There's no
Mm,
telling where I would be, because for me, like, the sky is the limit. Like,
mm,
there's no cap, you know. Once you,
mm,
like you said before, once you actually take the time to focus on one thing, right? I
mm,
focused on the workbook and that was it.
mm,
Um I didn't focus on anything else that I was working on at that time. And then
mm,
setting aside that time, if I could do that for everything, then there
mm.
would be no delays. I would get things done before the deadline. Like,
Yeah,
less stress. Let's talk about emotional, less stress, right?
yeah,
That feeling
yeah,
of overwhelmed is like almost little to none if this
yeah.
applied to everything in my life. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's so good to hear because I remember us having that conversation actually, and now you've applied it, so that's brilliant. And the great thing is, everyone out there watching this, is we can give you the tools and the strategies and tips during these sessions, but unless you use them, action them, there's no one else to blame but yourself.
Mhm.
Therefore, the key is don't wait till the end of your life to be regretful. Use the tools, use one thing and go for it. And you'll have all these things completed by the end of the year. So instead of having half completed things, you'll have do all these check boxes.
Yes. For the people out there who are writing books, who are doing courses, online courses, who are doing all of these other things, this is a great practice to use, because just imagine how much money you're wasting by wasting time by multitasking, right?
Mm, mm.
Look at the
It's
money. Look at the money you're wasting. Like, you are
yeah,
missing out on money because,
on wealth, abundance, money. Because
yeah,
if you think about it, everyone, imagine that the money's flowing
time.
in. You've got more time with your family, more time to vacation, more money to go to bigger vacations, and to treat your friends, and it's endless. And then when you got more time, you can then focus on other things. So it's just building blocks, really. So the third point I want to make today is it's called airplane mode, which is we all know what that means. That's switching off the tech and giving yourself you time. And this is so important that we are not our business. We are not defined. Don't define yourself by your business, because what happens is other aspects of your life then start to deteriorate. Your health, that is, I know someone personally who's doing really well, high six figures now, and he's I've coached him in the past, but he's put on weight and he's not
Mm,
feeling the best of health. So success wise, if you imagine our life is like pieces of a pie, success wise, it's very good. Business growth very good, finances very good, but health not very good. So airplane mode, which is switches off the phone, and then goes for a walk, goes for a swim, goes for a run. Spend some time with the family. What do you think that's going to do for him, Loretta?
oh man. I mean, just like before, if you are able to turn off the distractions, really,
Mm,
the technology with the airplane mode um, theory or strategy, you would, I mean, the same thing would still apply. You would get a lot of things done, right? You have that time to really focus on that one thing. Or, I mean, if you're going to try to still take on the multitasking or on those multiple things, But that would, yeah. Like I've done that. I've done that. I've put my phone on airplane mode.
Mm,
I've cut off all the TVs
mm,
or the TV in my office. I've
mm,
cut off all those distractions. And when you really are able to focus on what it is you're trying to accomplish, you realize you get it done quicker, you get it done more quickly.
mm,
And it's just, oh man, what I thought would take me a whole day to accomplish actually only took me an hour and a half. So,
mm,
like you said,
mm,
more time and less stress.
mm.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, because everyone out there, we're ruled by our emotions, and our emotions then can create havoc. So if we decide, right, I'm going to focus on this, of course you've got to switch this off. Even the thought of switching it off for a lot of people makes them emotional. It's like, oh my god, no one can reach me. Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Or
You
I'm
know that.
missing out on Instagram or Facebook. I wonder what they're gonna
Yeah,
post.
yeah.
Right.
Come on, the only person who's going to grow a business is you. So if you can use these strategies, you'll find, just try them for 30 days and see what happens. Everyone, try for 30 days. Just see what happens. You know, amuse us, and then come back with the results. That would be great. And the fourth thing I want to talk about, the fourth and final thing, is the ability to say no. No to
Mm.
things which don't serve you. So think of the times you wished you'd said no. The times someone has said, "Oh, come out this afternoon," and you've gone out, and when you had this thing, that project you had to do, or this calls you had to make, or someone's asked you to do something for them when you didn't have time, but you again try to fit it all in, to squeeze it all into your life, and as a consequence, emotionally, then you got a bit annoyed with yourself. Maybe you had a little bit of resentment for the other person, and you're almost blaming them for you saying yes. So this is where the power of no can help you. And the question you can ask is, at any time, is, does this serve me? Does this serve my business? Does this serve my productivity? Does this serve my time and my energy? Because remember, time and energy, super important. They're interlinked. One goes with the
Mhm.
other. And you would like to end the week feeling, wow, I produced good work. I've got new customers, clients, made money. And it's all because I've focused. Focusing is not external, it's internal. And
Mhm.
it's a mindset thing. It is a mindset thing. The analogy I love is, if you've got a magnifying glass and you've got a piece of paper and you are capturing the sun's light, in order to burn the paper, you have to hold the magnifying glass at a specific distance to focus the sun's rays. So our focus is like that. We have to focus, laser focused, to get the results you want. If your focus is blurred, your results are blurred.
Mhm. That's good. That is good. Yeah, I think saying no is one of the hardest things for some people. People that I have had experiences with sometimes struggle with saying no, you
Mm,
know. And it's that whole, I don't want people to perceive me a certain way, or, I don't want to let anybody down. Say no.
and then you look
It's
at,
okay.
it's okay. If you look at it again, it's the emotions. I don't
Mhm.
let anybody down because I'm going to feel guilty.
Right.
You know, and I'm going to feel I've let someone down. So it's always an emotional reason. So if you can track back to why you're doing the things you do, you'll quickly realize it's an emotions game. It's a mindset issue.
Mm.
And then weigh it up. What's more important to you, feeling guilty or really taking control of your business and making a success of it?
I think that's a no-brainer.
Hmm, yes. But anyway, the amount of people who don't get it, and I just wish they would get it now and just say, "Come on!" And everyone out there, look back at our previous videos, and this is all tied in to the ideas to help you really create the life you want. That's ultimately the whole point of this game.
Absolutely. Wow, that was good stuff, David. Like I said, listen, if you don't follow us already, he always brings the
Uh,
good
Thank you.
stuff, okay? And a
Thank
lot
you.
of it is practical, but a lot of it is so practical that we forget. And
Mm,
because it is so easy to do, it makes it something achievable, and it's not far, far reached. Um,
mm.
yeah, I love it. I love the fact that I can apply what you said and get a workbook done.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah,
oh
I'm
man,
loving. Hopefully, people are loving these sessions, the short sessions, uh, where we're here to serve. And again, everyone out there, please send us in questions, anything you want to ask, or comment on the videos. That's the best way to
yeah,
get this conversation started.
absolutely, absolutely. And if you've tried anything that David has mentioned, we want to know, did it work for you? We want to know what you tried. So definitely share in the comments. You can inbox us, let us know. We love
Mm,
feedback.
absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
David, okay, I have to ask you.
Yeah.
I heard that you're doing something special for us. I heard that, okay, so I'll say for the positive entrepreneurs and the
Mm,
US small business group,
mm,
Facebook
mm,
groups, you're doing something
mm.
special for us, right?
Yeah,
Did I
absolutely.
hear right?
You did hear right, actually. Yeah, you're right. We were talking about it earlier on, and I wanted to share with everyone the mindset, my Mindset Academy. It's the world's first virtual Mindset Academy. It's starting soon, and it's basically, if you can imagine that you've got access to programs on procrastination, people pleasing, confidence, how to manage your emotions, all in one place. So rather than spending thousands on different programs, it's all in one place, and it's a virtual academy. And I'll be going live in there and having guests in there. For the guys and girls out there, it's going to be a $1 trial for 14 days, and that's when it's launched. Then I'll be letting you know, so you can go inside, take a peek, learn, and it's only $1 for 14 days. And after that, it's $67 per month to have full access for it. So that's all the trainings and all the live sessions. So yeah, I'll be letting you guys know soon.
$1?
Yeah, $1 gives people a fair chance, fair crack of the whip to say, "Yeah, oh, I like this," And I think and I hope they will like it, because they'll be able to help themselves on demand. So yeah.
I mean, okay, wait a minute. $1, people. Come on, you spend more than $1
Uh,
on a soda, right? On pop. You spend more than $1 on a bag of chips.
uh,
That doesn't benefit you at all. It
yeah,
adds pounds. Come on, $1?
yeah,
I can't get over that.
yeah,
I love a deal. So
yes. Me too. Me too.
$1.
$1. Yes.
Wow.
I'll share with the audience the link next week. We'll share the link next week,
Okay.
and then they can then have access. I am excited because it's something that I wished I'd had when I started. They can just learn on the go, and have access to it, and it's not, not expensive at all. It's actually well worth it. So yeah, fantastic.
Wow. Listen, I'll tell you this. Even just off of our lives, right? If I was able to do what I just did, complete my workbook, which is going to
Mm.
help me towards my six-figure goal, right? If I can do that just by the lives, I can only imagine what I am going to be able to accomplish once I have access to this academy, this
Mm.
mindset academy. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'll be
Mm.
unstoppable. You won't be able to tell me anything. So
Uh,
serious.
yeah,
Oh
absolutely,
man.
absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do 6 figures a month.
Hey, 6 figures a
That's what
month
we want.
sounds good to me. That is a
6 figures
goal.
a month. That's a great goal, and everyone can do it. It's this having the mindset of abundance. That's the first start. That you can do it. You can achieve anything, but then to realize, you're in charge of your life. No one else is in charge of your life, just you. And no matter what happens outside, if it's raining, it doesn't matter. It's still what you perceive, how you look at the world. And I think it's so important, everyone out there. The biggest investment you can ever make in yourself is your time and energy, and your focus. So we're super, super pumped to helping you. Don't forget to send those questions in and like these videos, share the videos.
Yes.
In fact, yeah, share the videos to all your friends and colleagues. If you've enjoyed this video, you've
Yes.
enjoyed these trainings, share them. It's so important to share them because we have to allow people to stand on our shoulders for us to grow. This is all about us growing and helping everyone else. So yeah, please share the videos.
Absolutely. David, thank you so much. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much for taking the time to talk to us today. As
You're welcome.
always, I appreciate you. I'm sure the people listening will
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. I know I am. I mean, I've
Will
got some
do.
celebrating to do. So
Yeah. Woo!
yeah, I'm so excited. Well, all right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you share this video, like it, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and have an amazing, awesome week. Bye, David. Bye,
Bye. Bye, everyone.
guys.
Woo! Hello.